Hey, welcome back everybody. I went to a train show over the weekend. Lakota West train show. It was a pretty good one. Um, I didn't buy very much. I didn't I didn't see things I was really looking for except for a few covered hoppers. I always like to pick up a few covered hoppers. Well, I was mainly looking for like rock cars and stuff I could convert over to rock cars. Um, but I didn't really find too many. So I decided just to get these, and that would be it. Now, there was a lot of stuff there, a lot of locomotives, all different kinds. I even seen some of them Cato locomotives there. But there's all kinds of stuff there. And I didn't find no buildings. So nothing that I liked was there. There was a bunch of buildings and Walther's kits and stuff, but I just didn't see anything that I really liked. So I picked these up here. I got a Baltimore and Ohio. These are Con-Cor cars. Covered hoppers. So I got a B&O, Santa Fe, EJ and E. What's that say? I don't know. I've not ever seen one of these. EJ and E. So pretty cool. And then a Western Pacific. And then another Western Pacific. I'm not sure if they're the same road number or not. I really can't tell until I get them out of the package. It's hard to see. So, I've always kind of liked the Con-Cor cars. They're kind of light, got to add weight to them and stuff, you know, and metal wheels and all that. Katy couplers, they just come with hook horns. But these are still in the box, haven't been put together or anything, so that's nice. And I got these off the same guy, gave me a pretty good deal for all 5 of them. So, probably the least amount I've spent at any train show I've been to in a good while. But I just wanted to get some really nicer train cars now. And a few buildings if I can find something that I like, which I didn't. So, but what I'm going to do is just do a video on these cars. I'm sure a lot of you come across these at train shows or see them on eBay or something and wonder how good they are. I like their passenger cars, I tell you that much. I have quite a few of their passenger cars, and they are light. You have to add weight to them, but they are pretty nice. They're just basically like the River Rossies or the IHCs or all that. But like I said, they're just light, and you have to add weight to them, and helps put some metal wheels and stuff on them. So we'll open these up and take a look at them, and I'm going to put them together. They should be pretty easy to put together. I'm about to add Katy couplers. I just hope I got enough Katys, which I probably do. Well, I guess we'll just start with these Western Pacific cars here and see what they're all about. So yeah, that's not much in there. These are pretty cool. They're not like grainers or nothing. They got the little round things on the top, which is cool. I like those. Detail's not too bad, I don't think. Well, there's most of the parts here. Looks like you got the brake wheel and the bottom part that goes right here. A couple of those. The lids. Some other things. Let's see here. And then in the bag you got the trucks. A little old weight there. Oh my gosh. That thing's lighter than some of the fishing weights I use. We'll put some of them stick-on weights in there for sure, probably. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Probably do around, I don't know, ½ ounce maybe. Try that out, see what that's like. But let's see, got the screw-on trucks. It's Katy couplers, oh yeah. Or not Katy couplers, hook horns. Comes factory with hook horns. So I'll switch it to Katie's. And oh look, there's the paperwork. Good. So they should, you know, if it's still like new in the box, should come with the the instructions on what to do to put together. There's a walkway. Is there a walkway? Oh, it's already on there. Okay, good. I was hoping I wasn't missing that. And these are pretty simple. There's not much to them. So, but I mean, for what you pay for them, they are pretty nice cars. So, and like you could always add some little bit of details, do some weathering on them or whatever. But I probably won't right now. I'm just going to put them together and put them on the layout and run them, you know. So let me get this one together. Let's use the directions here, which is probably the same for all of them. I mean, you've seen some are have different boxes than the other, but they're all basically the same. So let me put this one together real quick and I'll show you. Alright everybody, one thing I had to do here was these end pieces here that comes with the kit that you have to put in. You got to make sure one has like brake details on it, a tank and stuff, and that goes on the same side that takes the brake wheel up here. So make sure you get that in the right spot. Another thing is, if you just stick it in there and try to put it in there, it doesn't lay all the way in, it doesn't seem like. So I had these two injector rod pins. You can see the marks in there maybe. And scrape those flat. They're not very much, but I just scraped those flat. So that would help. And then I took the piece here and it'll go in kind of like that. And I took my round file and just filed around the hole here and just open it up a little bit. It's like it's got too much paint in it or something maybe, I don't know. And then I went around the edges too with my flat file to make sure there wasn't no burrs or flashing or anything like that. And then it fit down on there really good and gets up in there like it's supposed to and lays down a lot flatter, nicer. So, but that was it so far. That was pretty simple to do. It only took me a couple minutes. So no big deal. And I'll do this side and put it in there. I just put a couple drops of super glue after I got to where it needed to fit and just glued it in. So, all right, everybody. I added weights to the inside of the car here. I just used these little 1/4 ounce weights with the sticky back on them. And I just put a 1/2 ounce in for now. I think that might be good. I don't want it too heavy, but not too light. It came with that little weight. That right there. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. Not very heavy. So I just put those in there. Stuck them in there. It shouldn't come loose and flop around. That one would unless you glued it in really good. So I hate having floppy weights in a train car. So another thing I had to do was the top here. It's got these little pins that go through these holes right here on each side. And when you put it together, they kind of stick out. You can kind of see them through the underside right here on the top. So I just shortened them. I just trimmed them off a little bit so they wouldn't stick out so much. But that was it. So now I'll finish putting this back together. Alright everybody, when you're putting these lids on, I don't know if you can see it in there, but the one side's a little notch in there on each one of these. On these holes there, there'll be a notch on one side. And then the lids, or the covers, or whatever you want to call them, they have a notch on one side, so they only go on one way. So, they just pop down there. I just put a little drop of super glue and pop them right down in there. So, that's it for those. Alright, I got this car done. Got the Cadies in. Gauged them. I used number 5 Cadies. They were perfect. So that was good. And then got the wheels and trucks on. Normally Yeah, the old Con-Cor passenger cars and stuff. The trucks come with those little black pins that push in to hold the trucks on, and they're crap, you know. They're always falling out and stuff. Most of the time, I just take a little bit of Elmer school glue and put them on and push them in. That way I can take them out if I need to and they don't fall out, especially on my passenger cars. But on these, the holes that they went into were a little small and they wouldn't push in. So I decided, well, I just drilled it out, and I used these right here, sheet metal screws. Got them from Lowe's, and they're size 6 by 1/2 inch. So they are a little, you know, you might be able to get away with a little bit smaller size, maybe a 4. But I just had 6s, so I used the 6s. And they seem to work good. So with the hole where that pin went, I just drilled it out with a smaller bit. Drilled all the way through, nice and slow. And then with the bit used for that screw, went back through it with it nice and slow. And then screwed them in. And it just, now you don't have to worry about your trucks and wheels falling off now. And later on when I go to put metal wheels in, I can take it apart a lot easier. So actually, you know, you could put a little, you know, it'd be like, oh man, that's real shiny, you don't want to see it. I'll probably put some black paint on it so you won't see them. Won't be so noticeable after I do some test runs with this and everything, because I got some touch up to do, like where the flashing was on these lids. I had to file it, so I might touch that up. A couple other little things maybe, but that's it. Got the couplers in really good. Like I said, a number 5 Katie's. It rolls pretty decent. Feels pretty good weight wise. Like I said, I didn't glue the top in, so I can take it back off if I need to. It goes in really tight, so you may not have to glue them in. So yeah, those screws, I may start doing those to all my passenger cars too, because every time I run the passenger cars, I always lose one of them pins on the layout somewhere, and just a pain in the butt. So that seems to work real good. Just be careful when you're screwing in there. Screw it in there nice and slow, and if you hear anything crack or anything, just work it back out. Run your drill bit in, make sure you got it good, and that's it. So I like it. Really nice car, I think. Just a little bit of work. I mean, it didn't go together perfectly like some of the other cars maybe, but for, you know what you normally pick these kind of cars up for, it's worth a little bit extra work. So, and a really nice looking car. And if someone was to weather these up and stuff, they'd turn out to be a really nice car, I think. So I'm going to start on the other Western Pacific one and do it just the same, and I'll get back with you. Alright, I got this other Western Pacific car done here. Put it together the same way, no problems. The only thing I did was added an ounce of weight to it. The other one, the first one I built, I went ahead and put an ounce of weight in it too, because it rolled a little better with a little more weight in it. It felt like, so I did this one the same way, and that's about it really. So turned out pretty nice, I think. A little bit heavier, so have an ounce of weight in them. I think they'll roll a lot better now. That's what I'm going to do to them. And the tops can come off still, so if I need to add or take some away, I can still do that. Alright, I got the third car put together. Had a little trouble putting the roof on. I had to file the ends of the roof so it'd fit down in there. It was just a hair too long. But that was it. The rest of it was just as easy as the others. So, looks good. E, J, and E. Never seen one of these kind of cars with that name on there. Kind of cool. Alright, got the Santa Fe one done. This one went together the easiest out of all of them. So, everything fit perfect, it seemed like. Got Katy couplers on it. Got the weights inside it. I didn't glue the roof on. I may have to adjust, put more weights or something in it. I'll try to get them all about the same weight, I think. So, and then the next one is the B&O car, and that's it. All right, here's the B&O one. This is the last one I had to put together. So I got it all together. It went together pretty well. Didn't have any issues or anything. Added a 1 ounce of weight to this car, along with all the other ones. I think is what's in them all now. And it's got the Katy couplers on. Still got the original plastic wheels and stuff. And then put the screws in there instead of them pins, because the pins fall out all the time, and I ain't dealing with that. So when I go to change out to the metal wheels and put these back on for the final time, hopefully I'll take a little black paint and cover up them screws so they're not so noticeable. They turn and swivel just fine. So now I'll take it over to layout with the other ones and run them around a little bit and just see how they do. So hopefully they should do pretty good. Those things roll nice and quiet, even with those plastic wheels. Nice and smooth. A little something I added to the layout a few weeks ago. I believe that's the Klingon battle cruiser over there by the Enterprise. I didn't add any lights to it, but it's this little model kit I picked up a while back at a yard sale. Put it together, painted it, and put it up there. Pretty cool. Everybody, I thought I'd just do a video on these Con-Cor train cars I picked up at the Lakota West Train Show a few weeks ago. I've been real busy. I haven't got around doing much, so I've been working on this video for quite some time. But, you know, you're at a train show or something, you see some of these kind of cars, and, you know, at the price they are, they're usually pretty affordable, a couple bucks or $5, you know, even $10 on some of them. But they're pretty affordable train cars. And, you know, if you don't want to spend $30, $40, $50 on some of the expensive stuff, these are a nice option, you know. Just put some Katy couplers on them if you want, or metal wheels, and I mean, you could weather them up and stuff like that and make them really nice looking train cars if you really wanted to. And I'd add some weight to them. The weight that comes with them I don't think is very much. It's like a quarter ounce or so. It seems like it's real light. But I put 1 ounce in each one of these cars, and I think it helped it out a lot. And once you get the metal wheels on them, I think it'll even be better. But the way they are now, you see they go in around the layout nice and smooth and pretty quiet too, just with the plastic wheels. So, but you know, you run into these cars. I have bunches of Con-Cor cars, especially the passenger cars. They're pretty nice. Add some weight to them. They come pretty light too when you just buy them. I have to add weight to them. But I've always liked the Con-Cor cars, and they don't. I think they were available around the 1980s, toward the end of the 80s and the 90s, I think, if I remember right. I'm not too sure, but you know, they're fairly older cars, but not as nice as some of the nicer ones, but for the money you can't beat it. But I wanted to show you guys about these cars, because I'm sure you'll run across them here and there once in a while and always wonder if they're really worth the money. And I think they are, for basic train cars. You can add stuff to them and do what you want to them and make them look better and stuff. But they look really well just straight out of the box. You could do a little dirtying up and everything, and it would be really great. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.